The giant fist of Joe Louis announcing Detroit as the setting of our broadcast today. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. They've got Buddy Hield, Danny Granger out there with O'Neal. And it's George Hill, and it's Smits in the center locking down the middle. And for Detroit, Josh Jackson out there with Wallace. That's Hill. Then there's Richard Hamilton, and it's Phillips in the point guard position. Conference rivals in this one, Clark. Does that matter as much as people think, or is it just another game?
I still think it matters to the players. I mean, they're a little less emotional now, rivalries. They're not as heated, a little more practical. I think it's mostly about making the playoffs and where you're seated.
And the shot goes in.
The impressive length of Hill really comes into play when he's in the post. Defenders have a difficult time getting to a shot.
Phillips against Hill. Right side Jackson. And it's Hill. And it's Hill with the
Hill is a tremendous penetrator and he loves going right through the defense and scoring on the drive.
Hold on, Big Smith. I've seen that.
And here are the Pacers now. Hill looking it over. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Pass to Smits. Nice defense from Wallace.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Nice shot by Hamilton.
Oh, I like how Chauncey Billups looks to share the ball. He's a sturdy point guard with a great feel for when his guys are open.
Now, here is O'Neal. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
I see that confusion from the sideline.
The sophomore season he was hoping for. Didn't take a major leap forward and saw him fighting for reserve minutes at times.
Here's Smits. Scored the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Man, how about the vision of the hometown hero, George Hill, spotting a teammate and whipping it over quickly.
Phillips passes to Wallace. No good on the shot that one that time. And with Jackson, they just need to see more from him.
The upside is still there for Jackson, but nothing is guaranteed in the NBA. He needs to keep working on his game to live up to the lofty draft expectations.
And
Let's go,
gets it to
Tennessee.
go.
And Billups, a remarkable shooter in his own right, especially from distance now. Has a really fluid shooting motion. Big shot, Chauncey.
Now, here is Hill. The pass to O'Neal.
Man, what about him shooting that? Stop.
Hill with 5 to shoot. Over Phillips. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And so Hill bring it up for the Pistons. It's a 5-point game. He shoots again, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Billups is a clutch performer, someone who isn't afraid of taking big shots. I just love how fearless he is. And a finalist for Coach of the Year in 2019, Nate McMillan passing 600 wins last season.
Well, you think about that. That's an impressive milestone for an outstanding coach in Nate McMillan. He moved into the top 25 all-time in wins. He's had 2 other stops as a head coach, Portland and Seattle. And I think he's doing some of his best work with the Pacers.
Hill passes to Jackson. Oh, and he can't cap off the break.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Hield outside. Pass to Smits. Takes it off the glass. Smits has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to
Ooh,
find
that's it.
himself.
Well, it's early. they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here is Hill, following the shot by Chauncey Billups. And that foul is called on Grant Hill. That's his first foul. Granger kicks to O'Neal. Can't hit the free throw line jump. Pistons leading by 4. Here's Hamilton. Here's Hill. His in shot and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Danny Granger.
And the word you got to use is explosive out there when talking about Grant Hill. He's one of those guys who doesn't wait for the game to come to him. He goes out and just makes things happen. And talk about teams that pressure the ball. Indiana top 3 in steals the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, and I think that's attributable to the coach's mentality. Nate McMillan was aggressive as a player. He's aggressive as a coach. And, McMillan averaged 3 steals a game one season in 1993-94.
Oh, here's
Hamilton.
Jermaine O'Neal missing his last shot.
Let's see if Hamilton take that
You're
off.
really feeling it right now. Shooting a high percentage to start this game.
Guys are looking for a spot here.
A cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whoever he's facing.
Billups dishes to Jackson. Misses from short range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And the basket by Hill.
And when Hill sees an open floor ahead of him, he's off to the races, using that amazing speed and length to get to the basket.
And it's Wallace with the jam.
I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Pass to O'Neal. Fades back. Rebound by the Pistons.
He's having a tough quarter scoring basketball, able to help them close this gap.
They recover. Billups with the bucket. Pacers trail by 5. Now here is Hill. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Heel with it. Billups picks him up defensively. Heel can't hit.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
They grab their own miss. The basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a 3-point play. So for the Pistons, Harris is checked in for Hill. Dumars comes in for Hamilton, and Thomas subbed in for Chauncey Billups. Miami's jumped in for Indiana. T.J. McConnell comes in for George Hill. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does sometimes, his footwork is superb. Absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind. Big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good names. Now, here's Tice. Nick Turley passes to McConnell. A second chance effort. And he lays it up and in.
Right, you seen that?
Pistons leading by 3. And stolen by McConnell. Out of the fast break, Lamb with the ball. Some solid defense from Harris.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, But you got to
They're
pursue the
keeping
ball if you're
yards.
going to get
Put them
rebounds.
at the chance.
They look strong here in the early going.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Doubled by Henson. And Turner kicks to Lamb. And the foul on John Henson. That's his first foul. Pistons on defense. 3-point lead. Pass to Lamb. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Joe Dumars, what's up, boys?
Dumars dishes to Harris. Can't connect from short range. And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. McConnell passes to Lamb. Lamb missing again. Pistons leading by 3. Inside, the 10-foot. Galloway, no good.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
It's all right.
Here's McConnell. Down low.
Ooh.
And it's Turner finishing it off.
Well, you can't let Turner.
Y'all see that weak ass dunk,
That's how
yo?
when you do,
Weak
he's
ass
going to abuse
motherfucker.
you with a throwdown right on top of your head.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. You were talking about the unicorns. Miles Turner in that category as a shot blocker who can sweep the floor. I don't think he's got a ceiling. What about you?
I think his ceiling is really high, Kevin. He's still young, which always bodes well for somebody with his
Stupid
work
ass
ethic and skill set.
Boss,
I think he
you
can
see
be an
that
all-star
shit?
player. Franchise player, those are few and far between. I'm not sure if he can get to that level, but all-star certainly within his reach.
So it's Detroit now. The Pacers making the shot. And here's Harris from the arc.
Get that.
An offensive rebound. The end of the drought. Henson trying to break free. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. Lamb finds McConnell. If it counts. And now it's a 3-point Pacer lead.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Galloway hit the bucket.
And before he moves there, finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Now here's McConnell. He's got 6. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
6'11" and 243 pounds. Turner is physically imposing. He's a big man, though, with a delicate shooting touch from outside.
And historically, you almost never saw a great shot blocker who could also knock down trippers at a high clip. But count Miles Turner among the unicorns who provide
Got him.
that combination.
We gotta make that shit.
Pacers leading by 3. Here's McDermott. Rebound by Wallace. Wallace has got 7 rebounds in the game. Got a piece of it. Turner with the steal.
Come on, Joe Dumars. You gotta do that shit, man.
Over in the corner, Lamb. His 3 pointers off the mark. And the stretch center in demand. For Miles Turner, Greg, how does he take that next step as a player?
I seen him.
Getting stronger. And continuing to improve his recognition and communication at both
Man,
ends.
what about you?
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Fuck.
Indiana's
Yeah,
gone
make
just
that
1
shot,
4
man.
from 3-point range here in the first. And there it is for him. McConnell's got 8.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
This down low. He's covered by McConnell. That misses, and he's 0 for 4.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Turner. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Turner's length causes defenses all kinds of problems. I mean, he really uses that length extremely well to draw fouls.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Pistons trail by 7. Here's Dumars. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
And here is Lamb. Three-pointer. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Pacers out in front. As they end the first quarter.
Let's see these weak ass niggas, man. These niggas act like they really doing something, y'all. These niggas garbage as fuck.
On the other side of this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Pacers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up to the Detroit Pistons. And so in the game for the Pacers. McConnell and Lamb in the backcourt. Daniel Tice out there with McDermott. And it's Turner in at the center position. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Mark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You've got all the security in the world. John Henson's checked in for the Pistons.
Yeah, I'd like to see more passes like that from McDermott, especially when guys are open.
Pistons trail by 8. Here's Thomas. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And Indiana shooting the ball at 42%. McConnell passes to Lamb. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Floats one up. And no good that time. And it's Detroit the other way. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Olden.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. A shot by Turner, no good. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4
This
from
is
4
Joe.
here in the second quarter. Shot up 2 there.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Second quarter play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Now McConnell. He's got 11. Outside Lamb. And that one goes. First for him tonight, 1 for 8.
Using his athleticism well on these drives inside, Lamb is dependable at finding routes to the bucket.
Harris finds Galloway. Back to Harris. Over Tice. Harris misses.
At the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. An emphatic LU jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. up here for the Pistons. Ben Wallace, he's checked in for John Henson. Hill comes in for Langston Galloway. Richard Hamilton's checked in for Dumars. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Billups got a hand on it.
Well, the size of Smith so intimidating. The 7'3" Hawk uses those big hands to turn away shots.
Eyes again, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Indiana shooting their sixth and seventh free throws in the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from O'Neal.
And O'Neal is simply a beast. Jermaine O'Neal, a long, athletic, big guy with a nice shooting touch from mid-range.
He hits both from the stripe. Clark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight.
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
Free throw good, Wallace.
And Wallace is just an unreal defender. An undersized center who blocks shots and pounds the glass like a madman.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Indiana leading by 5. Here's McConnell. They shoot again, and it's sent back by Wallace.
And this is why Wallace is an elite level defender, has a great sense of timing for when to rise up and contest shots.
Here's Hill, and they cash in right away with a quick shot. Hill's got 8. And for the Pacers, their shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Ranger against Hill. Back to McConnell. A 3 ball. Kept alive by Indiana. Here's O'Neal. Nice fake with the layup off the mark.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And so is McConnell with it. They'll bring it up for the Pacers. There's the pass to Smits. And it's sent back by Wallace. To the inside. And Chauncey Billups the bucket on the assist for Richard Hamilton. 8 points for Chauncey Billups. And looking how the hustle game has been going for the Pistons.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually, have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Kansas City shit, man. We up by one, but here we go.
Bailey's checked in for Indiana.
Substitution. What the fuck? Put this nigga in
Detroit with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying
This is
aggressive
it.
and playing
Come on, man.